important and interesting point of view about the personality development and presentation of teachers, right? We all are teachers, and uh, when we talk about personality development, it's not only the corporate world which need personality development. We are the actual real ideals of our students. So you might also be remembering one thing, that during your childhood, like if I will give my example, during my childhood, I used to, have a role model of my teacher. It was very exciting when I used to see her, her dressing style, her presentation, what she's wearing today. We even used to do like that, like, all the friends who will touch the sari of ma'am today. That I'm talking about long back. Yes, I know I'm talking about 30 years back, 35 years back. No more that relationship might be. It's more interactive relationship nowadays between a student and teachers. But yes, we really are the role models of many students. Hundred and thousand of students go across from us, like when we are having our teaching sessions. Few students we might not recall, right? But they recall us because they have learned throughout their journey of their education from us, one or the other thing. So that's why the personality development, which is majorly neglected by the teachers, is a very important point to be discussed. I'm sharing the slide and then we will start what exactly it is and how we should go about personality development. So just give me a second to share my slide. Whether it's visible, if you can confirm.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible, ma'am.
So I'm going to talk about masterstroke personality development for teachers. Yes, it's not only personality development, but I had named it as a masterstroke. You're the masters of all the students who assume us as their role models. So let's have that masterstroke and develop our personality to represent ourselves best in front of our students. So what is teacher's personality? When we talk about personality development, what is teacher's personality? So teaching and learning process can be influenced by teacher's personality and mentality, either positively or negatively. So if the teacher has a positive trends in his personality as being having a passion, patience, cooperative, then definitely he will be a successful teacher and he could get his student satisfaction. Remember one thing, when I'm talking about personality, it's the overall and holistic personality. It doesn't mean your only dressing style. It means your behavior. It also means your communication with the students. It also represents how passionate you are, how patient you are, how good listener you are. Because as a teacher, you should also be a good listener, right? So all this, if you will combine across, that means what teacher personality is all about. What exactly we are going to talk to? This is what the content. Why I had put this slide, because you should know what exactly it is in a nutshell. So we are of course going to talk about the professional grooming as a component, which is very important for the professional behavior as a teacher, which is nearly neglected. But yes, I think that's the most important point. When you have training session, this is one of the most important point to be taken care of. The second content which I had pointed here, if you had seen, with reference to I as a brand. Yes, I'm a marketing professor, but then as per that, I will also tell you that when you are, presenting yourself in front of your students as a teacher, as a mentor, as a guide, of course, you should yourself be a brand for them. And that's very important. We are also going to look towards a visual image when you're entering a classroom. Of course, what matters first? You had not started your lecture. That few seconds when you're entering in the classroom, in the seminar hall, in the practical hall, or might be when you're taking any conference, you're a speaker of the conference, it matters your dressing code. your dressing style, and that's important for both men and women. We are going to talk about that. What is basic grooming and hygiene? Of course, hygiene and grooming yourself when you're presenting yourself as a teacher is also important. Workplace etiquettes, non-verbal communication. It's, of course, teachers talk a lot. We all are teachers, and we have a lecture of 45 minutes, 1 hour, and we come in the class and we have to talk a lot. But then what is non-verbal communication? You're not talking anything, but you're communicating indirectly and giving a message to your student in a positive way. So how it can happen? Let's talk about that also. Today is the world of online classrooms too. Like, we are here connected from different cities together on this platform. So online presentation is also important. And then your international presence. Here I will also talk about your global presence. We are connecting with the world. We had MOUs with different universities, different industries. So when it is an academic industry connect, or it is a connect between the international universities, how your presence should be, your behavior, your communication tracks. So whether we are going towards the digital world or the global scenario, you should present yourself as a professional teacher. So that's what all we are going to see, right? Any queries across when we are going through the journey of this session, please put in the chat box and we can connect with any queries at the end, right? Even if you have any queries and I had not seen the chat box, please, you can ask me in the middle. What is personal grooming, right? When we talk about, okay, grooming, personal hygiene, right? So getting organized, solving problem, engaging and caring about students are among the key life skills that teacher needs in a profession, right? So we are not here corporate, but we are working in the organization, right? We are in the education sector. So when you talk about personal grooming, it means let's solve the problem, whatever comes with the students, engage them, care about your students. That all life skills a teacher should have as a profession. Being a teacher, professional role can be affected by their personal life factors. They need to develop certain life skills related to their personal life. It's very important. Even we have professional life, we have personal life. We are a human being, right? We may carry few stress from our personal life to our classrooms, or from our classroom to our personal life. So make sure you groom yourself in such a way that your personal life factor should not negatively impact on your teaching or on your presence with your students. In fact, it should be vice versa. Your positive, your positive thinking, your positive life factors, your grooming should definitely affect in the positive way, engaging, caring, solving, and managing your students in more effective way. There is one formula, and that formula is very easy. That are the 3 letters of when you're learning, you have alphabets, English. So that the first 3 letters of the alphabets are A, B, and C. So we are going to talk about ABC formula. Personal grooming, that is of daily life. It's not only when you're going for a classroom or you are going in a seminar or at an international conference. No. When you are groomed yourself, your personality should stand among the crowd. You might have seen when there is any function, or might be an international conference or a seminar, you might have seen, or a meeting also. Suppose there is a meeting of teachers from across the city. You might have seen few personalities in that, which you feel they are standing out amongst the crowd. They are looking something different from the crowd. That means they have that positive aura which attracts everyone. So that's very important. So make a positive impact in your social engagements through proper personal grooming skills. So what are they? So that formula is ABC. So that formula that can ensure to take one long way in the corporate makeup, in a professional makeup for a successful relationship. And that is A, which stands for your appearance, B, that stands for your behavior, and C, that stands for your communication. So ABC, that is appearance, behavior, and communications matter. In a crowd, you might have seen some extraordinary, um, you know, professional, and you feel, oh, his appearance is so formal, and he has a well-groomed personality from here till the nail of the toe. Then you look towards how he communicates, how he behaves, his social etiquettes, his business etiquettes, right? Everything is important when you are creating a positive image and aura in front of others. And same is applicable when a teacher presents themselves wherever he or she represents. When we talk about appearance, of course, it's important your dressing style, your dressing sense. Dressing sense and wardrobe management, your cupboard, wardrobe. So appropriate dress code is important. Of course, by the culture, we in India, we have different cultures, different states, different religions. So as per your beliefs, as per your culture, of course, you can make that appropriate dressing sense, relating it to the professional level. So you should have an appropriate dress code. So we are going to see what is appropriate dress code, how to dress for success. Yes, when you're dressing yourself for success of any, you may say, in your career, a dressing is one of the important criteria, and that I have means experienced very well. Fashion sense for ladies, evaluate your lifestyle, start with basic clothes and keep it simple, make it graceful. So let's talk about how to wear your uniform, your it may be a sari. For if you are talking about females, it can be a sari, it can be a formals, Western formals, it can be Indian formals, it can be for men's, it's the Indian, or I will also talk about Indian because in our NEP we are also concentrating and making sure of Indian knowledge system, right? So, but the grace, the dignity, and success of a power dressing, that's very important when you're talking about. Let's talk about personal grooming for women. If you can see here, you might have observed different women here in the picture, right? And you might have seen in them, most of them are in the Western formals, but I'm going to talk about Indian formals too. So the basic survival when you are thinking about your dressing style as a woman. So first talk about women and then we will go to the men's too. The very important basic survivals, you should have good blouse, that is tops, your bottoms, it can be skirts, it can be pants, the styles of the dress, how stylish and where are the cuts, that's very important, which you have to. Then we are going to talk about Indian wear. Yes, Indian wear is also important. I will come to the Indian wear too. And accessories. So accessories which are supporting your dress code. So it can be shawls if you are at the place where there is winter is too high. So you might have to take shawls. So how the shawls and scarves should be, belts, your stockings, your socks, your shoes. All that things are important to be taken care of. Next one is your hand and neck accessories. So whether you are wearing anything in your hand, might be a watch, might be a bracelet, or you are wearing some hair accessories if you have tied your hairs, or your fragrance. Yes, it's also important, right? Now, if you can see, this is the Indian, and in the one picture, you can see a Indian dress code. The other one is a Western dress code. I will go from the Western dress code and then to the Indian one. So when you're presenting as a teacher, now I will more concentrate as a teacher. So depending upon your institute, your college, your university, your school, like in my university, the Westerns are also welcome. So we have Indian wear also, we have Western dress code too. That is for my university. So some university have Indian and Western both been allowed, and even you are presenting in yourself at the international forums many times. So, or at the industry academic connect, or might be in seminars. So you need to have uh, know how to dress in a both ways. So when we talk about Western dress code, let's talk from here. Have a neat professional hairstyle. It's very important. A neat and professional hairstyle. It can be your tight You're tying your hairs. It can be you're creating a knot. It can be you have a choti, or if you are keeping your hair, open. But a good haircut, well groomed and well combed hairs, clean hairs are very important. I'm also going to talk about, I know it's very basic to talk about clean and hygiene, but I had seen few professors here, like especially that they have not kept much of the hygiene of themselves, and that really is creating a negative impact as they are presenting themselves as a teacher, right? Very light makeup, yes, it is permittable. No glossy makeup, little or no jewelry. Remember, a very little jewelry, you are not going for any wedding. So when you are having a western outfit, so you can have a small chain or a small tops, that's okay. Light colored shirt is mostly preferred, but you can go for a dark color shirts too. Again, your blazer should match to it. So suit, full sleeves, right? Close buttons, wristwatch looks pretty good when you are presenting as a professional. Remember one thing, if you are a teacher and you are presenting yourself in front of the teacher, in the students, knee length skirt is preferred. So never go with a high skirts. I will say that above the knee joint. So you should always look towards the knee length skirts. It's always look professional. And if you can see the professional shoes, so make sure you are having professional shoes which are matching to your and going with your dressing style. Coming to the Indian dress code, if you are talking about the daily wear and you are going with the kurta, I'm also going to talk about the saris too. If you are going with the kurta, leggings, or there are nowadays there are cigarette pants, now there are salwar. So there are so many options. You can go with any of the option. I had already told you it depends again on the cultural beliefs and the region where you are working. So again, but one few basic things which you should remember is a neat professional hairstyle, very light makeup, little or no jewelry. Cotton kurtis are mostly preferred, but it's not mandatory that you should have only cotton kurtis. Full sleeves, half sleeves are okay, right? I will also come to the sleeveless outfits too. It's okay, again, depending upon the culture of your university. Colors, very bright color might not be, I will not tell bright, but the glossy colors. Knee length kurtis, again here short kurtis not preferable. Leggings, pants, cigar pants, I think so they call it, or the salwar are okay. Professional shoes, these are all things which you have to take care when you are dressing yourself while teaching, learning. Dress for success. This is the neat hairstyle, pressed collar, shirt. You can look towards it, how it is. Already we had discussed about stockings preferable if you are wearing, the women's are wearing, skirts, then yeah, you can go with the stockings. And then avoid few things, that is low cut necklines, mini skirts, loud prints, no flowery prints, that is preferred. Dramatic makeup, a very high makeup is not preferred. Excessive or flashy jewelry, yes, that is always okay when you have some cultural events, that's fine in the university or college, but not when you are in the lecture sessions, seminars, meetings, or conferences. Very light fragrance or perfume, too much of perfume will not be accepted, I will say. Looking towards the men grooming, groomed hair, simple tie, well shaved. If it is not well shaved, nowadays there is a fashion of keeping a beard. It's not a issue, but remember, a well groomed beard, there should be a proper haircut, there should be a proper grooming of the beard also. That simple tie, long sleeve pressed shirt, if depending upon again the culture, and again you may see the region, if blazers are not there, it's absolutely fine. It's not mandatory that you should have blazer, but a good plain checked good shirt. Navy blue, black, brown, charcoal color pants are always preferred. They go every day round. Matching dress socks. Remember, if you're wearing a blue pant and you're wearing a, um, brown color socks, it doesn't match. So make sure it at least should match, because many times it's visible when you're sitting. White socks, no way, because they are always referred as mostly not, because they are always being referred as related to casual wears. So, and next one is dark shoes that match your suit or pant. So brown, black, navy blue, again depends. So hope no caps, no hats, no white socks, bright, dazzly, you know, neckliner or might be ties are again not accepted. Too much of perfume, no way. So this is how about the dressing code. Any queries till now? If you're getting me, or we should go ahead, that's just want to confirm before we are going ahead. Is you're getting me? I'm reaching you. Okay. So I got a one response. So I'm thinking that response I will take as a representation from all of you, and will continue. So this is what we had talked about dressing style. It's not enough. We have to go ahead with other things where it's important to be taken care by a teacher, right? Uh, Sharing the screen again, and then we will go whether only appearance is important. No way. We should go beyond appearance when we are a teacher, and that is our communication, because we talk a lot in front of our students and they are our great listeners. But yes, we should have the listening skills too. Coming to our more few points to be covered. Okay. One thing which I want to clear, but if you have informal meetings, you are going for trips, formal jeans, your favorite jeans and t-shirts are okay, no problem. Add suitable earrings. You can have a scarf. You can have a gown, like I'm talking about the women's. You can have a floor length gowns if it is a university party, if it is an alumni party, or it might be a late night. There are few evening parties, annual function, cultural events are okay. Remember, wear color that suits your skin, right? Accessories, think about it, how much it is suitable for you. Do not overdo it. No glossy, no much glossy, no much overdo of the jewelry, right? There are few tips which you should remember. Don't be too simple and too flashy. No matter what the occasion, always dress so you feel comfortable. Comfortable, very important point. Okay. Don't again tell, okay, in personality development, we had heard we should only go with the skirts, we should only go with the formals, we should only have this. No, I had not told you like this. I am here saying make it formal, make it simple, no much flashy, but make it comfortable too. Remember, your dressing style should be like that, which is comfortable to you. I'm not comfortable in Western, for example. I'm okay if I'm wearing kurtas or sari, so I'm comfortable in sari. I'm not comfortable in sari. See the vice versa, opposite one. So I'm okay with my formals, but make sure your formals are presentable. Your Indian wear are presentable. Presentable as a profession, as a teacher. So no one can have fun in a too short or too tight dresses. Remember, right? So if you're uncomfortable in your dressing style, you cannot teach. Because when you're teaching in a class, when you're having a session in a seminar, when you are in a meeting, When you have your club activities, you should be comfortable with yourself first. Dress for your comfort first, and then think about the occasion. A plain dress can always be dressed up with the accessories, but when you have some um, gaudy dresses, don't come with the much of the jewelry. That's a tip in an informal way. Personal hygiene is also important. It's not that, okay, good sari, good jewelry, makeup, done. No. What is your breath? I know it's very much basic, but the teacher, when it's talking and when you're mentoring your student, you should have a good breath. Few of the, I had seen few people having a bad odor from their mouth. Make sure your oral hygiene is good, right? So you should not smell bad. Your oral hygiene is good. Your body odor, that can be a physical problem. Ke pasina jada aata hai. I sweat too frequently. It may happen. So make sure how you dress. It's a cotton dress, or you are using your dressing style, your comfort zone, the loose dresses where the perspiration is not much the problem. Have a light perfume so it is not creating a negative aura when you're talking to your students. Skincare, have a good skincare products where your skin is dry. It also doesn't look good in winter season. Your hairstyle, right? It can be your open hair, it can be your tied hair, but it should be perfect and neat. Your nails, right, should be clean, whether with nail paint or without nail paint. If it is men, you're not using nail paint, it's absolutely okay, but it should be well groomed, well, cut, cleaned, right? When we are talking about personality development, remember things, work on your body language. And that here comes communication. Your body is also communicating, right? So body language is a type of communication in which physical behavior as opposed to words are used to express or convey information. So such behavior include facial expression. Your facial expression, when you're teaching, when you're talking to your students, they're looking towards you. Just remember, the whole 1 hour, 60 minutes, 45 minutes, they are looking towards you. So your facial expression, your body posture, how you stand, how you sit is important. Your gesture, whether your shoulders are stooped, whether they are straight, right? How your hand movements are very important. Your eye movements, have a good contact with your students. When you're connected with your students with your eye movement, that means a eye to eye contact, they will not move and diverted. There are so many devices today that students are diverted to, right? And how much space you have to keep between your student and yourself, that's also important. So all these things matter. And that is, I will tell, this is a non-verbal communication. You're not speaking anything, but with your facial expression, with your body posture, gesture, eye movement, using a space gives a lot of message to your students. So body language is important as your verbal communication. Like you talk, you have words which come out and they communicate. In that way, non-verbal communication, whether you're angry, whether you're furious, that has been seen from your expression. So that is also important. Body language is one important parameter to connect the students. Always words doesn't work. A smile connects the people. I smile, you will smile. I'm in a bus and traveling. I just smile to a stranger which is sitting beside me. She also smiles to me. So here we are connected with each other. So have a good smile when you are entering. Have a positive energy, right? Make sure you are not just, you are already frustrated and that expression is on your face when you're entering a class. Have a good eye contact with your student. So when you are talking, have an eye contact with your student from the first bench to the last bench. So body language is one important parameter which connects with the student. So how body language is important? Let's go towards the posture. So when okay, the first point and second point, look towards it. If you can see the screen, focus on your posture, control your hand gestures. Focus on your posture. What is your posture? how you stand, how how your shoulders are. So, okay, when you talk about the posture, the first thing when you're entering the class, you should be confident. That confidence should be on in your walk, in your facial expression, right? When sitting or standing, keep the body straight. Keep the body straight. Have the shoulders back. No stooping of the shoulders, right? Do it once in front of the mirror and you will see the difference. Just take an one, if you want to try it, see in the front of the mirror when you're sitting very straight, very confident, smile on the face, and having a good eye contact, how you look. And when you are doing when you are just stooping in the shoulder, sitting like this, um, no eye contact, frustration on the face, and how you look, that makes a difference. So focus on your posture, control your hand gestures. Hands are important, right? Take a moment what your hand are doing when you're talking to people. Just now, I'm talking to you, and it's online presence. So when I am explaining few things, I may be moving my hands gesture. That's okay. The small movements of the hands are okay. But suppose while talking, I am twinkling my hair. It's not a good sign. I am rubbing my beard. I am putting my nails in my mouth. Right? I'm nervous. It seems I'm nervous. I'm not comfortable while I'm talking to the gathering. Avoid placing your hands on the hips. It doesn't create a good impression. Relax yourself. Keep the hands on the side. Make them comfortable. Right? You can have a small gestures when you are explaining any concept, but no large movements like moving your arms. No. Right. Make yourself comfortable, ease, and be confident. No pointing at anyone, even in the class. Oh, you. No. You should know your student's name. Right. Or with even the eye contacts, you can connect with them. And that's the beauty of your facial expression and eye contact. Don't cross or fold your arms. So if you are, so many people do that, it's very normal, right? So many people know that crossing your arms or putting your hands in your pocket should be avoided. So why do we keep doing it? Perhaps people feel more comfortable. What should we do with these arms? So make sure when you keep in this way, like that, if you are listening to your presentation of your students, it feels that you are uninterested, you are bored, right? So make sure keep your hands naturally by your sides. Avoid holding them in front of your body, right? Keep your head straight, tilting of the head in a natural body movement when conversing. Talking, I may move little of my head as my body movement are or my facial expression are, right? We may nod when we agree with what being said. We may tilt our head to show sympathy. So, okay, sympathy, we are understanding. We say no. So that's movement are okay, but that should be very light movements. So there is obviously a time and place where it's okay to tilt your head. But when you want to project some level of authority, keep your head in a straight, neutral position. If you're judging any examination, make sure you are keeping neutral and you can talk later about his or her presentation. Smile. I'd already told smiling is very important, and smiling is considered universally a signal that shows unhappiness. That when it is used in a moderate way, smiling, I'm not talking about laughing, I'm telling smile. So smile can influence other people attitude. Smiling is contagious. वो बोलते हैं ना छूने वाली बीमारी. Smiling is contagious. That means if you smile, the other person will look towards you and smile, even if he or she is a stranger. So just avoid fake smiles, but yes, smiles always give a right message. You can connect with people easily, and you as a teacher has to connect with so many students. Behavior, etiquettes, protocol. These are all the words which come across. You talk to your students, mind your behavior. You talk to your students about the behavior. What are your etiquettes? You have to follow the protocol. You talk about, but what exactly it is? A very basic story. It's very interesting. So I had put in the slide. Etiquette word actually is originated from the French word, right? Ati, which meant ticket or placard given to the visitor who is visiting the court of King Louis, that is 14. So when to the king's court, people has taken an appointment and want to go, they get a ticket and the list कि क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है. When you are presenting yourself in the court in front of the king, what are the behavior, what are the rules a person should follow? So there was a ticket or a play card they used to get, and this all contained how they should dress themselves, how they should greet each other, how they should greet king, what they should wear. All that list is there, and that is how they behave in the court. And the word came from that, and that is etiquettes. We talk about business etiquettes, we talk about social etiquettes, right? So etiquettes indicates protocol of your behavior, how you should behave when you're talking during a professional gathering or a social gathering. So whether you are at the social function or whether you are at the business environment, whether you are in the classroom, how you should behave, that is what is etiquette. So this etiquette was the first word which came from the French word, and it was a behavior which was used to followed by the people who used to visit the King Louis XIV. Learn to take feedback. It's very important. Don't be person which is difficult to be given feedback. So try to get specific feedback from your students and your colleague about yourself, because if you will take the feedback of yourself, you will improve yourself. You will come to know where you are getting wrong. Even your colleagues can help you, right? So ask questions so feedback is more clear. Summarize your feedback. So it's very important to learn yourself. Teacher should be strong communicator. Of course, everybody know, but remember one thing, they should be a good listener also, because we as a teachers are mentors, are the guide to our students. So we should be good listeners. Only strong communicator will not do. We should be good listener. Collaboration. Yes, we should have the skill of to collaborate with them. Adoptable. We should able to adopt, because we have so many of students of different behavior, different culture, different personality, and different IQ too. And yes, the another one is emotional intelligence too. So we should able to adopt them, engage them. We should be have empathy. Teachers should always be having a patience and value real world learning. They should share with their students their best practices, best example. And teachers should not only teach their own syllabus. I feel as a teacher, when you're teaching in the class, of course, you are completing your syllabus, your topic, no doubt. But you should also be responsible to nurture them as a better citizen. So you should be a lifelong learner. You learn and you deliver to your students, because upgrading yourself should always be there as a teacher, and you should have a holistic development of your students. That's very important, because you are giving to the world a better citizen. You're grooming a student to being a better citizen. Of course, if you're been in a business school, you're giving a corporate world a good businessman, or might I will say a good professional. You are nurturing a doctors, you are giving a good doctors to the world. You are nurturing a scientist, you are giving a good scientist to the world. But with that, you should able to give a better citizen. One important thing, online sessions. Treat online courses like a real course. That's very important. There are few online courses on Coursera, Swayam, and you tell your students to go through it. You can guide them. Treat them like a real course. Hold yourself accountable. If you are being in online sessions, you are also responsible to connect them to your lecture. Time management is important for teachers, no doubt. Create regular study space. Stay organized. So when you're delivering a lecture and you have 30 lectures online session, make sure how you are going to come. Like you have a planned sessions when you're physically doing, same organized session you should have with your online sessions too. Eliminate distractions. As a teacher, you should not be distracted when you're delivering a lecture, whether it's offline or online. Figure out how you will deliver your best in online sessions too. Create an active participant with the students, involve them in online sessions too. Make sure your network is good and you're better connected. Of course, network problem is not in our hand, but in the way we should make sure how we can have an good atmosphere to be created to connect with them. Personality development, these are a few things. When you're talking as a teacher, you should be physically presentable, you should be spiritually developed, you should have social skills, and emotional balance and mental stability should also be there when you're grooming yourself. And the most important and the last topic which I'm going to talk about here, international presence. You can see here the connectivity. We had crossed our borders. We have been having a student exchange program. We have international conferences, seminar, guest sessions from international universities. We are also doing student exchange. We are doing collaborative research with many different researchers from abroad. So how you should be as a teacher having an international presence. My experience, if you want to, I am connected to different countries. I had taken different sessions in not only in India, but in more than 15 countries, and I have physically gone there. Few things which I do when I am presenting myself as an Indian and as a teacher in different universities, different forum. First of all, connecting with them, with their culture. Yes, that's very important. Before going for the session, I have a lecture series. Suppose last time I had a lecture series in Indonesia. I went 6 months back to Indonesia. I was having lecture series, 5 lectures, different sessions were there, and on different topics. So first of all, before going, I just learned about what is Indonesia, where it's situated, what its culture, what religion mostly they follow, any history they have, which language they prefer, what cuisines they eat, how they say namaste or hello, what they say about thank you. That was very useful to them. Connecting with the students, and when I went there, I studied few things which I want to tell here. One thing I learned about, of course, it's a Muslim country. Religion-wise, I want to connect with them. I am from India. Connecting, I found what are the similarities. So one similarity was they love Bollywood movies. They are many students are fan of Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, right? I thought, okay, this is the point I want to connect, because students love to watch movies, and I found that Indonesian students love Bollywood movies. One thing. Second, I also came to know very interesting thing. Even being a Muslim country, these people, students, and across the whole country, they know Ramayana and Mahabharata stories in the form of stories. They know and they value them. They follow the values which is been and morals of the Ramayana and Mahabharata. So they were knowing all the characters, Arjuna, Krishna. They were knowing the character of it. They watch many of the serials and series of India, of course, and they are dubbed in Indonesian language. That was enough. When I entered, one thing I learned about how they greet when they are. So namaste from India, good morning and good afternoon across the world. And of course, in their language, when I went to Thailand, I used Swadika, that is namaste. Salam alaikum was namaste, right? So different languages. So even in Nepal, when I went, it was again namaste, because they follow much of the Hinduism. So connecting with them became more easy. So I connected with them, and then I started. While giving the examples, I gave the example from Bollywood. They were so excited. I gave the example from the stories when I was teaching management, marketing, stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata. They were knowing all about that. So they were student connected with me. That's very important. And then at the end, they demanded, Ki ma'am, let's sing a song of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai from the movie of Shah Rukh Khan. Okay. So I had sung, and I will tell you, they were knowing better singing than me. And in Hindi language, they had a full song they were knowing of the movie, because it was a very super duper hit movie in Indonesia, and they love that. Was a very popular movie in Indonesia. So there are a few movies like Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. So I connected with them. Your international preparedness. My lecture boomed because they listened to me, because I connected with the students of Indonesian, because knowing them. So research, when you're going with an international presence is very important. It's not only with students. When I went for a dinner with the university people, I was knowing about their culture. So how they, how they eat, there are some etiquettes also. So dining etiquettes. So in Germany, there is different. In Thai, there are different culture. In Malaysia and Indonesia, it's different. So just knowing about the, if I follow few tips, few protocols, they are happy with that. If I know few words, right, they are again excited that I know their language, right? When I exchange about my country and we talk about the similarities about two countries, they feel we are connected with each other, and that's very important. So in this way, you can connect with people, you can connect with students, you can make an impact as a teacher, because when you are teacher, you have to connect with your students, right? There are so many things about international presence. I have a different session and a whole session on international presence, because I had been connected and regularly flying to these countries for different reasons. Now in May, I am flying for one workshop, which is very interesting workshop. So again in Indonesia, so we have workshop, we have seminar. I'm a jury for the research paper presentation. There are so many things where I'm going to connect with students, with their faculties. So doing a research before going to that country is very important. That how you can connect with different people. And of course, in the global world, you should be able to connect with them. So I think so that's enough. It's a huge topic. I put in the nutshell and I tried to cover in the time span which is being given to me. Right? Any queries? I'm open for the question answer session, and I want that the question should come, because then I will understand whether you had got it, my